Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy Blank Online here today to talk some more about Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and I'm gonna suggest some ways on how to save Modern Warfare. Now the game's been out for a week, so I guess you can take this as my honest review of the game a week on for it being released. Now I've played quite a bit of Modern Warfare. I've played 24 hours of the game, like in-game time, so I've played quite a bit considering that I've had work commitments and uni commitments and stuff like that. So I feel like I have enough knowledge on the game to be able to properly critique the current state of Modern Warfare. I have a lot of points here in my notes document here on my phone on ways that I can see Infinity Ward implementing on how to save this game's multiplayer, because at this current point in time, man, a lot of people don't like this game, myself included. There are a lot of good things about this game. The core gameplay of Modern Warfare is it's incredible. The weapons and the movement and stuff like that. I criticized the movement in the beta, but here in the full game for some reason it feels a bit better. But the gunplay, man, like the core gameplay of this game is incredible. It's just everything else that's really dragging it down. And the thing is that everything else that's dragging it down is a giant chunk of the game, and it's not like little nits and bits here and there. It's a giant chunk of this game's multiplayer. I'm gonna purely be talking about multiplayer here because multiplayer is the most important aspect of Modern Warfare. As I said, I have a lot to get through, so let's start off with the weapon fixes that I would bring to the game. The first weapon fix I would bring to the game is to buff SMGs so they're more viable against assault rifles. I feel like myself when I'm playing the game and I'm using an SMG, it's just not viable, especially with how fast the time to kill is and how open and how wide and how big these maps are. SMGs, at least most of them, aren't viable, like your P90s, your PP Bisons and stuff like that. The only two SMGs I see viable in this game are the MP5 and the MP7. Everything else isn't really working here in the game, and that's because essentially the map design and as well as the fast time to kill and how fast assault rifles can laser you from medium to long ranges, which is where most of your gunfights are going to be happening, in those medium to long range situations. Now if the SMGs were to get buffed, and I'm not saying to buff the MP7, I'm not saying to buff the MP5, I'm talking about everything except those two weapons. Those SMGs need to see a slight buff, whether that be damage range, whether that be just damage overall. Something needs to happen to make them more viable against all the other weapons in the game, because at this point in time there's two SMGs you can use and everything else just doesn't work. The next weapon fix I will do is to nerf shotguns. Shotguns need to be nerfed to the fucking ground. The 725 is an absolute god weapon. You're seeing in this gameplay right now me using the 725. Now this is me using it with little to no attachments. This gun does not need attachments. You don't need to be using a sight, you don't need to be using a laser sight, you don't need to be using a barrel. This gun is good when it's naked, it's good, and it's even better with attachments on it. So this gun needs a massive nerf. The range of this gun needs to be fucking dropped to the ground. It needs to be a gun that you can use close quarters and close quarters only. I'm fine with it being, and not just the 725. The 725 is the main one that people are using, but all the other shotguns as well. I feel like everything, like the shotguns just need to be in a place that it was, let's say in Call of Duty's previously, where they were maybe like a two-shot kill in most ranges, and if you're really close up, then a one-shot kill would be viable. Because the thing is with shotguns, when the pellet spreads and you're shooting people from across the map and killing them in one shot, that doesn't really make sense. So I think that shotguns need a massive nerf in terms of damage range as well as in terms of damage as a whole, in certain situations, of course. So as I said earlier, within medium range, let's say a two-shot kill, and within pretty close range, then a one-shot kill, which would make them a lot better and a lot more realistic if we're going for the whole grounded, realistic, gritty crap. The next thing I would do, and this is the major thing that I want done, is nerf the M4 to the fucking ground. The M4 is the best weapon in the game right now. Everyone uses their M4. Everyone uses the M4 and then overkilling with the 725, because those two weapons are the best weapons in the game right now. The M4 needs a massive nerf, whether that be through damage, whether that be through damage range, bullet velocity, anything. Just fucking nerf that gun, Infinity Ward. There is no need for that weapon to be that fucking good. Why? Like, honestly, when I play this game, I find myself thinking, why am I not just using the M4 if I'm trying out different guns like the Scar, like the 725 even, or even like the MP5 or any other gun except the M4. I'm thinking, why the fuck am I using any other gun except the M4? Like, I will admit, my M4 is max level 71, so I've used that gun a fuck ton, and I, from personal experience and being on the other end of that experience, know that the M4 is fucking broken and needs to be nerfed in this game. So if Infinity Ward, please fix that. Now let's talk about general, not necessarily going into the gameplay just yet, but let's talk about just general multiplayer things. So things like, the first thing I have here is skill-based matchmaking to go the fuck away. I know skill-based matchmaking is in this game. There is no official statement from Infinity Ward that skill-based matchmaking is there, but it's fucking there, and it's evident, because what you can do, right, is you can reverse boost. And now this is something that is not new to Modern Warfare. This is a concept that has been in Call of Duty for many years, because skill-based matchmaking has been in Call of Duty before. Some games have it, some games don't, and Modern Warfare definitely fucking has it. Because the thing is, right, if I pop off in a game and I'm just running solos and I pop off in a game, the next game I get is going to be filled with level 70s, level 80s, like high as fuck level people that are just massive sweats and that camp and use claymores and do all that shit because they are massive fucking sweats. Now that's what needs to change. Like, skill-based matchmaking has no place, because it just makes pubs an absolutely dreadful place to be in, because every single game you feel like you're playing in the Call of Duty World League, and every single pub game is meant to be super sweaty, and you feel like you're going to fucking war, and that's not what I want. When I play Modern Warfare, when I play Call of Duty, I don't want to feel like I'm playing in a competitive situation. I want to feel just chilled, relaxed, kicking back and playing my fucking game. Now that's honestly, that is not what I want from Modern Warfare. I hate feel like my palms sweating, me having to think so much about every little move I'm making, because I'm thinking way too much about playing fucking Call of Duty. And that's exactly what skill-based matchmaking does. It puts all of these super sweaty try-hard people with all the people that are just genuinely good at the game. And honestly, if you have one bad game, the next game you'll be put into is a game full of fucking scrubs, and that's so evident. And you don't even, Infinity Ward doesn't even have to come out and say that it's there. Just fucking remove it, man. Like, honestly, it has no place in this game. The next thing I want to talk about is map voting to return, and to coincide with that, lobbies to return. Now, if you guys don't know, and if you guys haven't played Modern Warfare, if you just haven't noticed in general, lobbies aren't in this game. Every single match you play, at the end of that match, you find a different lobby to play with. Now, that, I don't know why that was changed. I don't know why Infinity Ward thought that that was a good idea, but like, why? I genuinely, I don't understand the benefit in removing lobbies. It also removes the ability to vote maps and veto them, so that you don't have to play Piccadilly, and you don't have to play a shitty map like As Here Cave. Like, come on, like, can we just have the ability to vote maps? Why did you remove lobbies? Why did you remove that map voting? Like, two features that have been in Call of Duty since the dawn of existence, and Infinity Ward just removes them for what purpose? Like, what's the point of removing those features? Like, it's not like you're gonna keep staying in the lobby every single time, because new players come in, new players come out every single time in lobby. So it's not like you continuously keep playing with the same people. Sure, there's people that will stay, but the majority of the time you're going to keep refreshing with new players in the lobbies constantly. So what's the point of removing them? And what's the point of removing map voting? Because I swear to God, my heart drops every time I jump into a match and I don't know what map it is, and then when I see the map and it's Piccadilly, I want to cry. So please, Infinity Ward, please bring back map voting. Let's go ahead and talk about general gameplay things now. So there's a lot that's wrong with Modern Warfare. The main three things is minimap, claymores, spawns. We'll start with minimap. Modern Warfare originally didn't have a minimap, and if you guys remember, into the early days of the beta, the minimap was not there. So what happened was, genuinely, people were either just running around with their, like a headless chicken, or they were just sitting in buildings, and that was the start of whatever the fuck this camping renaissance is here in Modern Warfare. They brought the minimap back. it helped with the campers because people actually knew where they were going, but it also didn't because people already got into their playstyle on, oh, if I camp, I'm gonna be really good at this game. So in that sense, it was really counterproductive. And then Infinity Ward said, oh, the minimap is there because you have that stupid compass that shows you where enemies are on the map. Seriously, what they need to do, remove that stupid compass because it has no, I don't use it. I literally don't use it because I don't understand how it works. And it's not that me being just an idiot and refusing to change and refusing to use it because I think it's stupid. It's not that, it's just that it's not helpful at all. How the fuck do I distinguish where an enemy is if literally all the time I'm seeing red dots and red arrows and all this shit? Like, what the fuck does that like indicate? What the fuck is all that? So remove that shit and just return the minimap to what it has been for fucking ages. It won't eliminate camping because you can never eliminate camping, but it'll remove the incentive to camp. Because the thing is, on the minimap right now, if you shoot, whether you're like, even if you're using a normal gun without a suppressor, your bullets will not show up on the minimap. When you shoot, your location will not show up. And that's what allowed people to identify and find campers in the map, is because when they shot, you could fucking see where they were and then you can kind of go to them and kill them off. It eliminates that incentive to camp because you know that essentially you're going to be found, because when you shoot your bullet, you're going to be found on the minimap. So that minimap needs to be returned to its original state, and I don't understand why they had to change that for that tactical element. Fuck the tactical, seriously, fuck this tactical shit, bro. Fuck this just adapt shit. Honestly, man, I don't understand why cunts are just like, oh, you have to adapt, oh, you just gotta play smart, oh, you just gotta do this, you just gotta do that. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Like, modern Call of Duty suits a multiple of different playstyles, and this game suits to just one playstyle. In what Infinity Ward says is to help new players adapt to the game. Fuck that, man. Fuck that noise. If new players want to come into their game, let them have a trial by fucking fire, man. Because the way I learned how to play modern Call of Duty and the way that a lot of people learn how to play Call of Duty is not with the developers creating a game that incentivizes camping and incentivizes new players. Yes, I don't know, that's a whole nother video and a whole nother rant, but let's keep continuing on from the minimap. We'll talk about spawns next, you guys. Spawns deserves its whole nother video because the spawns in this game are absolutely fucking garbage, and I think you know where I'm going with this one, and I think you guys know what video I'm going to be creating for the spawns, so I won't go too much into it here, but spawns need to be fixed ASAP. In domination especially, they're fucked. Like, they're absolutely fucked. In any game mode, they're absolutely fucked, so I won't get into it any more further, but spawns need to be fixed. Claymores. Claymores. See, the thing is, right, I can't sit here and say that anyone who uses claymores is a fucking bitch, because I use claymores, and I'm not gonna make excuses. I saw that claymores are fucking god in this game, so I used it, and they are fucking god. You don't need to do anything. Literally, you could put claymores wherever the fuck you want, because the radius for the claymore, like, to set off is massive. It's fucked how big that radius is, and they need to fix that. They need to fix the radius, and they need to fix the damage that it does to you. Don't make claymores an instant kill. Fuck that, man. Make claymores a 70% blow to your overall health. Put the player who runs into the claymore at a one shot, and then if you have like the flak jacket type perk that's in this game, I can't remember the name, it's escaping me, then that does 50%. But don't make it an insta kill, because every time I'm running around the map, I just die by claymores that are next to doors, behind doors, in some random fucking bush, next to a wall, behind the wall. Like, it's fucked, man. Claymores need it. Either they need to fucking get out of my fucking game, or they need to be nerfed into the ground, because claymores are fucking broken in this game. The next thing I want to talk about here in this game is player chatter. Player chatter needs to go. It's not welcome here. In normal objective game modes like domination, headquarters, TDM, like, it can stay in search and destroy, it can stay in cyber attack, it can stay in ground war, But like those normal pub modes, just fucking get rid of it. Like, it doesn't help anything. It genuinely, it's just annoying. If anything, it's just annoying, because every time I'm running around the map, all I hear is enemy spotted, and I'm like, well, fuck me, where's the fucking enemy? I can't see an enemy, and it doesn't help the game. It honestly, if anything, it hinders the game, because there's too much player chatter going on. There's too much enemy in the building, enemy near the bus, especially in Piccadilly when they say enemy in the bus. I don't know what fucking bus, because there's too many fucking buses on that map. Like, oh, it's annoying. Player chatter needs to fucking go in this game. The next thing that needs to be fixed in this game is just close the doors, close the windows, do something. Make every building doesn't have to be accessible. Every door doesn't need to be open, and every window doesn't need to be looked out of. Close them. Close some of the doors, close some of the buildings, and you're gonna find that people are more incentivized to use their left thumbstick and walk around the map and actually play the game, rather than just sitting in a building with their LMG or with their M4 with 50 claymores behind them, just so that they can adapt and be tactical, or whatever the fuck that means. Just honestly, if on these current set of maps, that's all that they can do to fix them. They just need to close some doors and windows, make most buildings like, you don't have to do all of them, just make some of the random as fuck buildings that you can get into in this game not accessible to every fucking person that wants to camp in a corner with claymores. Like, god damn it, it's so annoying. Just I've made a video on maps already, so I won't get too far into it. The only other point I'll talk about with maps is the lighting in the maps, or in the game in general. Like, especially in Gunrunner, in the middle of the map near the B flag, in that little core, in that little tunnel, I guess, or that vent thing, you can't see people when you're outside of the vent, but the people in the vent can see you. So how does that really work? I don't really know. Maybe just light up the fucking vent, Infinity Ward, and make it so that you can see people. I honestly find myself in this game, when I'm playing the game, I'm like, where the fuck did that dude come from? He like just appeared out of nowhere. And then when I watched the kill cam and watched the replay, he was there the whole time. The game was just too fucking dark, or the lighting was just off, and I couldn't see him because he either blended in with the environment, or he was just in a dark fucking vent and I couldn't see him, which is so annoying, man. The next thing I'll talk about here is footsteps. Footsteps either need to be decreased by a massive fucking amount, or they need to bring dead silence in the game, and then also decrease the footstep sounds, because that is another thing that promotes campers a lot in this game, is how loud your footsteps are. Honestly, it's so easy to camp when you have claymores and you have footsteps that are as loud as an elephant, man. It's so easy, because it's so easy to sound horn. It's so easy to know where people are running, or if they're trying to rush you, or if they're trying to kill you when you're camping. Like, it's so easy to hear their footstep. It's hard not to kill them. You would have to be an idiot if you don't kill someone when you can hear their elephant footsteps. Like, they need a tweak. They need to be, the sound needs to be reduced, and then as well as that sound, dead silence needs to not be a field upgrade but a perk 2. I'd say put it in perk 2, because it balances out the perks a lot more. I think I have one more point here. I have one more point to talk about on how to save Modern Warfare, and that's to do with player health and time to kill. I think that both player health and time to kill need to get a buff, or either player health or time to kill needs to get a buff. I would love for both of them to get a buff, but either or will be fine by me. The time to kill in this game is fucking insanely fast, and Infinity Ward's excuse for that is to accommodate for new players, so that they can kill people faster, so that they can get a kill, and that will incentivize them to get another kill and another kill. But fuck that, man. I hate this whole shit about Infinity Ward tailoring this game for new players, because the majority of people that are outspoken, and the majority of people that will continue playing this game past the first month of its release, are players who have been with the franchise for years and years and years, and not those people who just pick up the game because it's the new Call of Duty every single year, play it for a month and then don't play it after that. So in saying that, either the player base health needs to be increased, or the time to kill needs to be increased. And as well as that, I'll chuck into it as well as that, the time to heal needs to be increased, because how often do you find yourself trying to run and gun in this game? You get into a gunfight, you win the gunfight, and then you're trying to heal yourself, and you're trying to heal and just waiting for yourself to heal for what seems like years and years and years, and by the time you half heal, I guess, you're already getting shot at and you're dead already because half of your health's gone, because you've just been waiting, what, like 30 seconds, something like that, for your health to regen, and it just takes way too long. It doesn't need to be that long. With the high time to kill, with the low base player health, why does the health regen need to be so slow? Like, all of these things coupled together make Modern Warfare not an enjoyable game. Because the thing is, right, I find myself often when I'm not playing Modern Warfare wanting to play Modern Warfare, because you know what, there's a good game in here. There is a really great Call of Duty game in here. I've just talked for 20 minutes about all of the problems with the game and how we can save it. What does that say? Like, honestly, I feel like if you're watching this video right now, I feel like you at least have resonated and have agreed with one of the points I've made in this video, if not more. And that speaks volumes. That's levels to what's wrong with this game and how far, like, seriously, okay, I'm gonna be honest here, I'm gonna be fully honest. If Infinity Ward decide not to change the major issues in this game, and I talked about those major issues, with that being claymores, spawns, what else did I say? Claymore, spawns, and minimap, sorry. So claymore, spawns, minimap. I think those are the three major issues that we have here in Modern Warfare. If Infinity Ward refuses to change those and continue with this mentality that they're going to cater to the new player, this game's fucked. Like, this game is not lasting the entire year. Players are going to go back to World War II. Players are going to go back to Black Ops 4. And no one's going to be playing Modern Warfare except those stupid, tactical, just adapt, camping bitches. And that's pretty much it. This game needs and can be saved. We're only a week from release, and I have 20 minutes worth of content to talk about in terms of the problems with this game. And I have more things to talk about and more things to elaborate on further. And I will continue to do so until Infinity Ward fixes this game. But that's been me, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below. As I said before, if you agreed with any of my points, whatever I talked about in this video, if you resonated and agreed with one of them at least, let me know what your thoughts on everything is in the comments down there. Click subscribe so you don't miss out on my latest videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Pull up in the gold, I'm leading. But them other man need feeding. I don't wanna go Bombay. Them I don't know what I do when I go from Beeling. Leading the pack in black and I'm on with a bat. Snapping with a phone and dab. Boss up a man with a duster. Put him in the drip and sip blockbuster. Win, 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 that's the only ammo. Ring, 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 I reply with NO. Call me Leno, had it ha. Switch up the ting as I